And live. And let's just double check to make sure that this went live over here. Refresh page. And yep, we are live. Awesome. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our episode of Actual Shia LaBeouf. Now, as most of you guys know, we've done this session last week, and we're kind of finishing it up this week. Is the idea? So, if you guys have not seen the previous one, it is available on my Twitch archives. You know what? I actually did forget to do one specific thing, and that was go over here to YouTube and update our Patreon viewers that we are going live for the second part too. It's also probably good to check out and make sure that that is going live correctly. Yep, it is. It is live. Awesome. And there's so many things that I have to update. So, anyways, guys, feel free to settle in here as we are updating everything.
Hello, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, maybe Shia LaBeouf is here. Who knows? So, guys, do you remember what happened last time as I'm updating this information?
Who wants to tell it? Smokey, should you tell it this time?
I mean, I can go over
Mike
it, but...
tried to kick me in the balls.
That's where we left off, yes.
Yeah, that was, like, in the bathroom.
Yeah. Jake Mike Holder tried to kick your character there in the trolley beans, but yeah, no. So should I start from the beginning?
Just give like a quick. Let's just give a quick recap. I mean, you guys came in on a bus, and like, what do you guys remember? And then I'll retell it completely.
Yeah.
As if you guys didn't tell it.
I feel like we're a bunch of high schoolers.
No, college kids.
College kids, okay.
Yeah.
And we're on like a. Why are we on a bus if we're college kids?
Because it's the way that.
Do we not have cars?
Okay, you know what? See, this was a mistake, everyone. All right, so I'll go ahead and retell the story. So basically, yeah, it's getting ready to be mid-semester, but they're on like a break or whatever. Anyways, everyone is getting escorted off of the premises, and it's basically being masked as like a huge college campus get out, get together, go have fun in the woods situation. But actually what's really going on is that campus is just wanting to redo their entire school and update it, and they can't have pesky kids or excuse me, college kids running around and making a muck of things. So they've decided to ship them all off to the forest. So now that everybody's in the so now everybody's in the forest.
Yeah, we get there and us three, that would be my character Jade, Mike Holder. What's your character's name, Smokey?
Draco?
Ryko.
With an R.
Ryko, and then what turned out to be was, he said his name was, Freddy, but in actuality, it turned out to be our little known buddy from our main campaign.
Yes. These are all things. And then you guys decided to take a nice hike in the forest, if I remember right. And your Mike, I forget what your character's name is.
Jade, Mike Holder.
Jade. Yeah, so Jade had a huge guitar full of glitter, and you had like a whole event happen with that, which was fun.
Yeah, it exploded, which was fun. But yeah, so then we witnessed some murders on some canoes, and then we went back to our dorms, to the main whatever building it is that all of our cots are in and shit, and we witnessed a murder happen in a shower, and that's where we left off.
Well, you witnessed the murder.
Yeah, still don't believe it. That's why I'm now kicking you in the nuts, because I think you're pranking me.
You know, the nuts that I obviously wouldn't, that my character canonically could hide.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, good finding him, right? Like, it's like, oh, nope, you kicked too far to the right.
I'm literally showering with a bunch of girls. You really think I'm about to?
So anyways, and that's where we pick up our session. So anyways, all right, wonderful. So yeah, we last left off in the girls' shower room of all places, where we had a crazy encounter with actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf, or is it actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf? All you guys know is that there was a naked humanoid in the showers, and they were holding a severed head, and they grabbed Jade and slammed them against a wall, removing one of their health points. Yeah, and then they flew out a window, and no body was left behind. So that is where everything kind of ended. And yeah, the lights flick on, and the girl who, of course, was doing the chant of Shia LaBeouf in the mirror to impress their friends on how cool they were, they turn on like, oh my goodness, guys, that was so fun. That's fun. All right, who wants waffles? And then everyone giggles, and then they all run out of the bathroom. Not even literally caring that one other girl was missing. Who cares, right? They're not important to this story.
Yeah, it's just a stereotypical horror movie where no one gives a shit about each other.
Nope. Yeah. Awesome. So. Exactly. And with that, let's figure out what is everyone doing. What are you guys doing? You guys are just literally left behind in the shower. Like, no one is in here anymore. Just the slight. Well, the shower water is still running in the far back stall. But other than that, it's kind of quiet in this room.
So after I hurt my leg trying to kick Rika, where the sun don't shine, Rika, where the sun don't shine, I hobble off, rumbling, towards to leave the shower area.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Wonderful. And Rika, what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out why the flip I was just kicked.
Well, luckily you were wearing your handy dandy full plate metal armor that you just randomly have. It's plot armor.
Plot armor.
But in all seriousness, all right. Are you staying behind in the shower room? Or are you going somewhere else? What are you doing?
I'm probably gonna have to follow. Also, by the way, apparently your world isn't open for people to join.
What do you? Oh, you're not in the game. That's weird. All right. Let me pause the recording real quickly.
I've been trying to figure out a time to say that. I figured, okay, maybe he hasn't started it up yet. But then you started going, and I'm like,
Yeah. I was wondering why you hadn't joined.
I don't have a chance to interject.
Is it showing that I'm online?
Yeah, it did show you were in.
Okay.
Tabletop.
Okay, well that's good.
At least last that I checked.
Well,
but
we have the same problem again.
No.
And
this
again.
one seems to be different.
Yeah, no, this is something else. All right. Well, the good news is that I paused the main recording for our audio listeners. So that's fine. Oh, hey Shadow. Good to see you in the chat. It's good to see you. Welcome.
Unless he can't hear you.
No, they can all hear me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go back over to the main menu really quickly and fix this. But yeah, welcome Shadow. We are. Oh my gosh, I hate this intro music. Every time I mute it, and it just keeps coming back for some reason. Can't escape it.
Back again and again and again and again until Kaiser goes insane.
That
and becomes the yeah. This is how Kaiser becomes the cannibal.
So, anyways, can you try joining now? It's showing that the lobby should be open now. But yeah, Shadow, we are doing our part 2 of Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf. I'm not sure if you have had a chance to play or listen to our previous recording on Halloween, but at like 3 in the morning or some arbitrary time. But we are picking back up our secondary session. So feel free to hang out with us here as we go through that. There we go. All right, now you're in the game. All right, wonderful. So let's pick back up. Do you have everything fixed on your side? Are you good? All right. Oh, you know what? I have not changed my color over to Master DM. There we go. Master DM. DM Master. All right, awesome. All right.
Not just a DM, but Master DM.
Now,
The greatest of all DMs.
Now, hold on a second. I just realized something. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mike, did your character lose a health point? I don't remember them losing a health point.
Yeah, you slammed me against the wall, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, good.
I mean, that typically causes damage.
I was just making sure, because for some reason in my mind, I was like, oh, why is Smokey have so much health? He needs to have some health removed. But nope, never mind.
I'm gonna remove my health, all because Mike got his head slammed into a wall.
Everyone has to be equal in their health. This is how this works. You're linked together as a party. You guys are. This is how you kill the party all together.
Oh, yeah.
It's just everyone's life force is one.
Yep.
All right, I'm starting back up our recording. Got our recording going back. So let's get back into the action. So, anyways, yeah. So Smokey, you're saying that Reka is currently leaving the the showers, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone no one's gonna check on that one shower at all? No one.
No. Why would you bother someone taking a shower? Man?
I guess so. I guess it's
the water bill.
You guys are gonna come back to the school, and it's gonna be like, listen, we updated the entire college, but due to one person taking an almost $7 million shower, the unfortunate thing is we have to shut down the school. There's no more funding.
Well, no. Look, they just shut down the art department, the music department.
This is all extracurriculars are now gone. All right, well, anyways, carrying on. The shower disappears into the DM's closet, never to be seen again, and that room fades off into oblivion. And now we're out in the main area. Nope, it's gone. It's gone. The whole area has been deleted. You don't see anything but fog. It's gone. Oh, no. Anyways, in all seriousness, you exit the women's shower rooms, and you're now back in the main area. It is still nighttime, as you guys remember. You guys were getting ready for bed. What are you guys doing? It's pretty much empty on this campus.
Go find Alexander.
Oh,
he's up to.
Sure. Yeah, you kind of wander around this campground, and you find Alex over by the main campfire. They are currently cooking together some s'mores, and they're like, oh, hey, there you guys are. Oh, my goodness. Have you tried these s'mores? Oh, they're just amazing. I've never had one before, and now I'm obsessed. And you see he has like a whole package of them there, just like just cooking multiple at the same time.
My character silently comes up, grabs the s'more out of his hand.
My s'more! What are you doing? What the hell? He gives you a very sad face.
Then just plops down next to him and just like frumps.
Oh, okay, I just will make another one then. And they
look for any sort of plant that could get us high.
Sure. That's a roll. We are rolling for that.
Just fell down a well.
You know what? So, all right. So you rolled a 6 on the d6 there. So with a d6, yeah, you kind of go out to the edge of the camp and you find some mushrooms that are kind of growing alongside some of the trees in the dense kind of forest area. These mushrooms are kind of like a dark purple, bright, vibrant with some weird, cool swirls on them. And you know that these ones will definitely get you high, and they're totally edible. Just because, you study that sort of thing at your school, because you're a cool kid.
I'm gonna bring him over to the other guy.
Just for a PDA to any YouTube executives who are listening in on this broadcast, we do not condone drugs here. I'm just the DM facilitating this world. Anyways, carrying on back in.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. Haha. Anyways.
Don't do drugs. Do hugs.
Yeah.
Ah.
So anyway, so you make your way back over to the cave. Or sorry, not the cave. You're going to a cave now. Wonderful. Yes.
Oh,
Rail.
since
Oh
when?
my God. They're gonna die.
Just shove you into a cave.
Oh no, they're gonna die from the fumes of the smoke choking them out.
So anyways, you bring your a huge batch. I'm just gonna say it's like a nice big bounty, because why not? Enough to share with your friends, because I'm just making the world here. You guys are just living in it. So you make your way over to the main camp with Alex and Jade are at. What are you guys doing?
Well, I'm gonna offer it to them.
Oh, okay. Alex says, oh, what are those? Those look interesting.
And anytime Alex reaches for anything to put in his mouth, I snag it first and chomp it down.
Okay. I think after the second time of you doing this, you see Alex brandish a giant like skewer that's like red hot. He says, "If you do that again, I'm going to stab you with this skewer." Which is very out of character for Alex.
Just looks at him like, "Ooh, so scary." just kind of turns her back.
Alex rolls his eyes.
You get the impression that she's not too happy about things.
Alex rolls his eyes and sets the skewer down, and decides to fix the situation by moving to the opposite side of the campfire. All right, so I take it, Smokey, is Riker serving up these mushrooms?
Yes, I'm also gonna be confronting Mike's character about the entire thing with the bathroom and kicking me.
Ooh, okay, some spicy drama. All right, so I tell you what, to make this simple so you can focus on the drama, Alex elects to cook up the mushrooms. That's what we're calling them now.
The mushrooms.
The now officially titled Marshrooms. He takes them and starts grilling them up.
What do they actually taste like? S'mores.
These are all great questions. Well, you'll find out in a few podcast moments as he starts grilling them up. Anyways, carry on with what you were doing with this confronting situation.
So yeah, I'm gonna walk over to his character and just be like, "You mind explaining to me why you thought it was a good idea to kick me?"
Did you think it was a great idea to slam my head against the wall? I'm still bleeding from that, you know?
And what makes you think that I slammed your head into the wall?
Who else walks around naked all the time?
Shia LaBeouf?
Don't start with that old urban legend. Come on. For real. You don't have me fooled, not one bit.
Okay,
just
so
own up
explain
to it.
everything that happened and how I could even remotely be connected to it? Seeing as I didn't move from that corner the entire time.
I don't know what you're talking about. The lights went off. You could have just walked right over, did what you did, and then scurried on about, and then just came back around to the corner.
Without anyone hearing it.
Was I the
You
only
really think
one?
anybody was paying any attention?
Was I the only one who was hearing all those weird sounds coming from the behind the shower areas? It sounded like someone was like screaming, like someone was like, I don't know. It was like he like tries to like mimic like a choking sound, but it sounds awful. He's like, that's kind of what it sounded like. Did anyone else hear that?
No. See, are you two in on it? It's not funny. Knock it off.
Well, guys, let's take our attention off of these pressing matters, and let's get back to enjoying this amazing campfire. Check this out, and he presents a huge bowl of these grilled mushrooms. Please help yourselves.
I switched one with a marshmallow and some graham cracker and chocolate.
I am deeply disturbed by your choice of ingredients into that, but let me know how it tastes.
How does it taste, DM?
Do you eat it?
Yeah.
All right, we will roll some dice. You would say that it tastes relatively good, actually. More than you were expecting it to. Somehow the mushrooms kind of not only take on the flavor of the marshmallows and the chocolate and the graham cracker, almost evenly fusing those flavors together, but it also has its own kind of sweet and salty flavor profile as well. Is somehow almost elevating this to what seems to be a almost new item that you have never experienced before, but it is very good, and it kind of all melts on your palate very nicely.
Fantastic. And how's the buzz?
You don't experience anything specifically. And Alex partakes of some of these as well. He says, "Whoa! These are even better than the s'mores. Who would have thought? Wow, I never thought mushrooms and s'mores would go together. That sounds like literally like off of like a cooking show, like for like some sort of weird Halloween mix-up. That sounds like terrible, but it goes great together in this situation. I'm very impressed."
And as he says that, a talking dog comes rushing through and eats up half of our s'mores
No.
before we shoo him away.
No, that I don't know where that came from. No, that's not canon.
No?
Canon?
And he doesn't
Okay,
go,
I'm pulling
and he's
my
not
arm
looking,
back.
and is he looking for his tall, lanky friend?
No.
Oh my god, did you just try to introduce Scooby and Shaggy?
No, none of this. None of this
I
happens.
didn't say no names. I just said it's a talking dog.
No talking dog. So, you know what?
It
Actually,
like something they would eat. It
you
sounds
know
like
what?
something they would eat.
Actually, you know what? You know what? Sure. Actually, what you said does happen. But when you like go to talk to other people about it, everyone's just like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Fantastic. Fantastic. Don't you see that dog? It just ate your s'more.
What do you mean? I'm literally eating my s'more right now. Like I there's no dog here. Anyways, some of us are more loopy than others.
He's totally eating that s'more like a champ.
I'm gonna start laughing because it shows that he's not used to doing drugs.
Apparently not. Someone can't hold down their marshmallows. Anyways, so what is our plans? Are we going to go ahead and, I guess, get to bed? Or what are we planning on doing? This is Alex speaking.
Wait.
So Jade starts inching ever closer to Alexander with a look of weirdness on her face. Eyes super dilated.
Oh, okay.
Just ever slowly closer and closer to him.
To Alex or who?
Yeah, to Alex, yeah.
Alex has been, like, for the last few minutes just kind of picking, like, little bugs up off the ground. And you see him, there's, like, some green ones, some orange ones, some multicolored ones. He just keeps picking them up and playing around with them. And he, like, looks up and he says, oh, geez, why are you so close to me?
And as he says that, she tries to kiss him.
Oh, nope. He takes a plate, like a paper plate, and puts it up in between. He, like, kissed the paper plate. He says, well, on that note, it is time to get... Man, oh, man, I am so tired. And he just quickly goes into the to the campgrounds and goes to the door shuts behind him.
As he looks back, she's making out with the plate.
Oh, well. Okay, alrighty then. Yep.
Chasing my tail.
All right, well, you guys get to bed. Don't stay up too late chasing your own tails now. Good night, everyone. And with that, Alex closes the door to his cabin.
All right, and I'm going to spend the rest of the night making out with this plate.
Uh-huh. Like the whole night?
Well, as late as I can.
Okay. Sure. Making my job more difficult. I see what's happening here. And
He's gonna
what are you doing, Smokey?
I'm thinking, cause, well, one might think that going back to our dorms safe. My character's already seen multiple things happen that weren't on this trail.
That's true, and so I mean, you guys have gone just a recap. You guys have gone canoeing. You got to explore the trail a little bit.
Some people die while canoeing.
Maybe it was the beer. Who knows? It did taste a little funny. It's hard to tell, really. And with that, in addition to that, you do know that a couple of, I'd say, less than a mile away, that there is an archery ring. So that's a thing. And then there's also some other cool little areas. Like there's an abandoned bus out in the middle of the woods that you do remember passing by. It's all sorts of things, really, now that you're thinking about it.
I'm going to the archery range to steal a bow and some arrows.
Sure. Okay. So you get up and
you know what? I'll steal 3.
Okay, so you get up and decide to head over to the archery range. Because,
I mean, if it's an archery range at a camp, they most likely have multiple bows.
Sure. And Mike, are you following in this situation?
Well, like I said, I would be continuing to make out with the plate. Doesn't mean I have to stay stationary.
That's true.
So I'm just kind of following him, making out with this plate, woozy. Not really sure who I am. Probably won't remember any of this in the morning. That's true.
Yeah, that is true. All right. So awesome. So yeah, with that, I did want to mention something really quickly here because this was a rule that I didn't mention last time because I was kind of rushing through things. I've never gone over how like interactions work with the whole Shia LaBeouf situation. I know that, of course, I've told you that if they roll greater than the number of blood tokens, it will cause you to lose a blood token. But if there is a roll that is equal to or less than the number of blood tokens they have, it actually you actually won't be harmed in the situation. Rolls of 1 always succeed, and then you as a player actually, if there is a situation, can choose to give up a blood token. A blood token in lieu of a roll to succeed at a particular action. Those, just so you know, if you do that, those do go directly to Shai's total health points. So things to keep in mind. So if there is something that you do fail at, you are always welcome to sacrifice a blood token. Anyways, enough about mechanics. Let's get back into it. So, okay, so you're making out this plate, Jade, and Rika? I got it right. Ryko. Ryko, you decide to go ahead and head over to the main area there, and kind of
my entire thought process is I'm not feeling safe at this point. I've seen too many odd things happen, / heard of too many odd things happening.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm following him. I'm just not really fully aware of my surroundings.
Gotcha. So yeah, as you're
into a tree.
So as you're making your way down this trail and heading over to the archery range, you notice that some of the like the flowers and fauna, because it is still kind of like, there's still, everything's kind of illuminated a little bit by moonlight, are glowing a little bit more than you would expect. And as you're continuing down this trail, it's honestly like some of these flowers and stuff are lighting the path that you are going. And you can swear that you hear some sort of soft music that's got this kind of whimsicalness to it.
Welcome to the Feywilds.
Introducing.
Damn it! We just left there. Damn it, Alexander.
So I take it with that you continue down this trail.
Yeah, I am gonna be a little curious about the flowers, though.
Sure. Do you do anything with them, or do you just kind of just observe them?
I would like to try to at least identify them.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. I mean, as far as identifying them, I mean, you know that these are just kind of common daisies and tulips. There's really nothing specifically special about them, other than the fact that, like, as you continue down this trail, it seems like they are kind of swaying and dancing, and they've got this kind of little beat of music kind of playing. And then as this music kind of starts kind of picking up, and you're like, ooh, this is kind of a good jam, you hear somewhere off in the distance, and then all of the music kind of goes quiet, and you kind of snap back out of it, and the trail's back to normal.
That sounds fine. I'm sure everything's okay. I quicken my pace.
Okay.
I'm sure Alexander didn't just die, I'm sure.
That really did sound like Alexander being strangled.
As you guys do a party count check, you are wait, never mind. He's in the cabin.
Yeah, he never came with us.
Yeah.
He's you're like, wait a second. Oh yeah, never mind. He's in the cabin. With that, you continue your pace, and before long, you do pass by the old abandoned bus, which you know is about the halfway marker here to the archery area. Do you stop or keep going?
I might want to check out the bus just to see if there's any resources we can loot from it.
Okay.
Make sure it's still functional. Yeah.
Right.
Be smart.
Okay. Yeah. you decide to deviate away from the trail a little bit and go over to this old bus that is just kind of chilling off the trail in between of these kind of 4 to 5 trees that are kind of surrounding it. The bus itself has like a bunch of like leaves and old kind of just dead logs and stuff that are kind of peppering over some of the main hull of this bus. You see that the school titling has kind of at this point kind of smudged off, and a lot of the paint, the yellow bright paint, has kind of faded. And it does look like over the course of the years that some of the college kids have kind of come around here and taken rocks and thrown them through the windows, shattering some of the windows. And it does look like the main door has been kind of like smashed open, so it's kind of it's dented in a weird angle, and the door is kind of hanging off of its hinges, so it is accessible.
I'm going to climb in the bus and see about hot wiring it.
Okay. You climb into the bus, and the bus does squeak under your weight in protest from the old shocks and years of rust that have probably rotted out most of the foundation of this vehicle. You hunt around in the vehicle, and you are... You're not able to find any keys specifically, but you do see that some of the wires are kind of hanging down underneath the bus. It does look or not the bus, but under the steering wheel. It does look like someone has attempted to try to hotwire this vehicle before. You see that some of the metal has been kind of exposed from the wiring here, but it doesn't look like anything has really become of it.
Can I do a check on that wiring to see if it actually is hot wireable?
Sure.
Not all vehicles are hot wireable.
Of course. Oh, hold on one second. We just throw it.
Whee!
My gods.
With a
I'm gonna need that die.
with a 6, you do realize that this is a hot wireable vehicle. Yes.
Okay, so worst comes to worst, I do know that we got a way out.
Do we though? Do we? I'm saying this out loud.
Do
Do
you
we? And I start Fist to play again.
do you want to further inspect the vehicle?
I can't. I'm trying to think of ways that we could check like gas and whatnot.
Tell you what, let's roll a common knowledge check. Your instinct tells you you should probably check the hood to see how the engine state is.
Let's do that then.
Okay. Yeah, you find the lever to release the bus hood, and you go around to the front. You kind of have to move some logs around to kind of like get on top of them, so you can kind of like peer into this hood because it is a very high up hood. One of the things that you immediately notice, unfortunately, as soon as you pop the hood, is that while the engine is fine and everything else kind of seems good, while be it dusty, dirty, and old, the conductors and the cables going to the battery have corroded over. You would either A, need to replace the battery, or B, find some sort of solvent or something of that nature to remove some of the corrosion off of the battery.
Man, it's a good thing I'm a biology major.
Oh, yeah, that'd be very convenient. Hopefully. And with that, that is what you notice.
Biology.
Meanwhile, Jade, what are you doing on this bus?
Would you say that I was studious in shop class?
Well, let's find out.
Oh no. Wow.
Yeah, you have a decent understanding of how shop things work. as much as
I wanna
most
see
of the
if
other
I can-
students.
I want to see if this thing could be salvageable in one way, shape, or form. Perhaps repaired to enough of an extent.
Like, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, if will the floor hold out? This, that, and the other. The down the line. Make sure the axles work. Make sure that the cables, everything runs where it's supposed to still, and that this would actually the tire pressure.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, you kind of do an overall inspection, and while this vehicle probably would not be what would be classified as drivable on like a freeway or something, at least as far as what the state is concerned, you do see that it is overall functional. For how long, you wouldn't be able to tell, but overall, everything else does seem to kind of operate well. And now that you're thinking about it, you do remember that there was years ago at this place an ice cream truck that would visit the area, and you remember hearing a story about this ice cream truck in the news, that something had happened and it had actually wrecked off the road. Not too far from this location, but far enough that it is in the opposite direction, by a old tree. And you would imagine.
I'm gonna look for that.
Okay.
Parts, or parts of this to that, whichever.
Yeah,
What?
as I was going to say, you would imagine that there would probably be like a good battery in it, possibly, but you're not sure.
Yep, I just wander off. I don't even say where I'm going. I'm just kissing my plate and just kind of just wandering off.
Okay, as
Notice check.
sure, I will just say, because I don't necessarily need to roll for you guys. Well, you know what? Let's do it. Hold on. You know what? I want to actually. There we go. There we go. That's a good roll. Yeah, they do it stealthily enough that you don't necessarily notice. I think you're still over in the engine compartment. What you do notice, however, is that it's starting to get relatively cold. And as you kind of notice this, you see that a fog is starting to roll in. And Jade, you're noticing this as well as you start trotting down the trail back the way you came. What direction are you going? Do you even know? Are you just kind of going wherever you think, or?
Yeah. Yep. Just kind of meandering.
Okay.
And I'm just very, very out of it.
Sure.
For some reason I have in my head that I kind of want to take. I want to steal this vehicle.
All right, wonderful. So yeah, as you make your way down the trail, heading to where you think that you last saw this ice cream truck, as you're kind of making your way down the trail, you're kind of giggling to yourself, imagining, what if there was still good ice cream in here? And then you kind of start thinking about the good old Fruity Pebbles ice cream, the good Chocolate Road, the Munch Crunch, all of those great flavors. And then it makes you kind of hungry. And as you're continuing down this trail, you notice that along the ground, there's some candy, which you imagine would probably have been left behind probably some of the students, just in like a little trick-or-treating, like like one of those jack-o'-lantern ones that are made out of plastic. It's just like full of candy.
Nope. I want ice cream, not candy.
You want ice cream, not candy. Yep. All right. You continue on.
And I want to steal this vehicle.
Yep. Good old stealing of vehicles. All right. So yeah, you make your way over. You take a sharp left to another trail, and you're walking for a little bit, and at this point, you can barely see in front of you. This fog has started setting in. We're going to go ahead and pan back over to you, Smokey. So with that, your character, what are they doing?
Well, I assume at this point I've realized that he's gone.
Yeah, you kind of yeah, as you kind of call out for Jade, you realize that they're gone. They're no longer over there.
Yeah, since they're gone, I'm gonna continue along the intended path towards the archery range.
All right, wonderful. You head on down to the trail. This fog is starting to kind of set in pretty heavy, but it hasn't really kind of penetrated the trail. It's just kind of along the outskirts, kind of making it difficult to see out into the distance.
Boy,
You
we've split the party.
you have made your way over to the to where you start to see some of the targeting areas. This big giant bullseyes that have been kind of set up. You see that there's these little encampments where you can kind of go and get a bow and arrow and start kind of firing them down the archering range. And it is a welcoming sight to you, and you were able to make it over to up this little trail and over to where the embankment is. And as you kind of take a look through this little encampment, you don't see any active bows or arrows per se, like kind of out on any of the displays. But you do notice that there is a door that's kind of shut that you can see reads staff only.
How dark would you say it is right now?
It's not like dark, but it's like kind of like, you know, where you kind of getting into that ocean blue darkness. That's kind of where we're at right now, and the fog's not making it any better.
Well, I guess I'll try to get into the staff only door.
Okay. As you try and turn the handle, you realize, of course, it is locked. But you fish around in your bag, and you find not much of anything. But then, as you're about to kind of give up, you remember that you have a bobby pin in your hair.
Lock-picking time.
Okay, you try this this lockpick on the door, this improvised lockpick, and let's see what you roll. With a little bit of struggle, the door actually unlocks. You are able to open it up.
The night janitor's just in there, and you have to open the door. That's what's actually happened.
That would be funny.
It's just a room full of staff only. Haha.
There's no actual boats in there, just staffs.
Just a bunch of staff. You know, staff only.
So as you are now on the, as you have now made your way back into the staff only area, you do see that there is some bows and arrows that are on display.
So, before taking any, I do want to check them to make sure that they're, like, the ones that I grab are in good shape.
Okay, sure. You inspect the arrows and the bow. Let's roll. Yeah, I mean, some of them are definitely broken, but you are able to find two that are in good shape.
Well, sorry, Alex. I'll take them.
All right. Yeah, you put your bow and your two arrows into your bag. Please feel free to add that into your inventory for Raiko on your notepad.
I was planning on grabbing multiple bows for...
Yeah, there only seems to be one bow. You don't know where the other ones are. One bow and two arrows that are good. Everything else is kind of like not really working. Like the strings are broke. Some of them are on the tables, kind of worked. Looks like they've been worked on.
What a shitty fucking camp.
Right? I wonder if it's because of other people doing the exact same thing that I'm doing.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, you could probably try to see if you could salvage one of the bows. There is another one on the work table.
I would like to try.
Okay, sure.
and see if I can fix some of the arrows, since that's
Look, the
fairly
best thing about this camp so far is Shia LaBeouf.
right. The worst thing is actually the best thing.
Right?
So here's what I'll say: you're able to get the string restrung on one of the bows, so you now have 2 bows and 2 arrows.
Okay. But I guess just none of the other arrows are fixable.
No, they like it looks like somebody kind of just came through here and just was like firing arrows at like the walls and random stuff.
Mind if I check out by the actual targets? Because occasionally arrows could be forgotten there.
Sure. Let's sure. As you make your way over to the targeting area, you're able to find 4 more arrows that are kind of just in the targeting area. But as you pull them out, 2 of them break, so you now only have 4.
Hey, that's too bad than what you had.
Yeah, that's definitely an improvement.
And with that, you do see that this fog is starting to roll in, and you can swear in the distance you see some sort of something, but it's too foggy to be able to see. But and as you kind of focus on it, it kind of just moves further into the mist.
Oh, it's Slender Man.
I'm pulling up my sword and I'm heading back to camp, not to the bus. My main thought is, if she's abandoned me, she's most likely gone back to camp.
Okay. You start making your way back to camp. All right, Mike, let's tune back into Jade.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So Jade, you are wandering around over to try and find this ice cream truck, this supposed legendary ice cream truck that's crashed next to a tree. You are realizing that the wind is starting to kind of pick up and whip this fog around, and it reminds you of when you were a kid over in Colorado, because that's where all college kids come from.
Yeah, of course they do.
Colorado.
You
Manufactured there.
you remember of the nice winters that you and your relatively successful musician family that are slightly famous and go on world tours all the time, and of course you live in one of like the nice like little areas that are like off the sides of the mountains where it's like one of those like summer winter home situations. Anyways, you remember all of this fog and wind takes you back to when you were learning how to snowboard down those wonderfully powder white mountains, and how the snow would kind of just whip and spray into your face. And as you kind of revel in this, there's also another spraying of your face, and as you kind of like, oh, whoa, what? Something's actually on my face. You realize that you've like walked through like 5 cobwebs, and you're like no longer on the trail. And as you kind of like look around, there's no more of this like fog, but you also don't know where the trail is. But do you want to roll a notice check?
Yeah, I want to look up at the stars and stuff to figure out where I am.
You care less about the stars, but something you do notice is a tree. And this tree, you remember, that was photographed in the newspaper, is supposedly where the ice cream truck crashed into.
Oh, fantastic.
Do you make your way over there?
Yeah, I do.
All right,
Stealthily.
Oh, okay. You make your way over slightly stealthily to the ice cream truck. Excuse me, to the tree. And as you make your way over to this tree. Sure enough, there is an old beat-up ice cream truck that has its front end of its hood slammed into this tree, and the hood is kind of crumpled. So yeah, you find this ice cream truck.
And my cute little red panda self, I do a little twirl of excitement and toss the plate with like a frisbee motion. I like so long forward over, and I rush over to the ice cream truck and start making out with it.
Okay.
Only for about 2 minutes or so.
Yeah,
Only 2 minutes.
It takes you about a minute and a half to realize that there's dirt, cobwebs, bugs, probably some broken glass, just like that is just all getting in your mouth now.
Plap. just blah, blah, blah. And then just coming out of my mouth. Am I finally snapping out this high yet?
Let's do a reality check. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, you think you're fine. To you, you're fine. But are you fine to society? Are you fine to society's? Well, hold on. Are you fine to society's standards? That is the question. But to you, you feel fine.
Okay. Oh yeah, I turn to the talking dog, right? And I say, "Zoinks!" And then I run for the ice cream.
The dog just looks at the camera and says, "Yeah, man, that's copyrighted. I can't do anything with that." And they walk off into the distance, never to be seen again. And you make your way to this ice cream truck. What are you doing? Are you getting into it? Or what are you doing?
I'm examining it.
Okay. Sure. You examine this ice cream truck. And what you realize about this ice cream truck is that there are little dancing snowmen on it. And they're doing a little jiggity, joggity, joogity, and they're like, "Oh, hey, Jade, would you like some ice cream? We make it amazing here. This is the coolest ice cream truck in all the land."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she gets this, like, little childish smile, and her eyes are wide, and she's like, "Of course, little snowman."
"Oh, wonderful. Come on in. You got to get into the ice cream truck. It's all in the back of our van." Mmm.
Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. Especially when you're being chased by a murderer. Okay, I get the back of the van.
Don't do kids drugs.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
That either, yeah.
So, with that being said, you go to the side of this van, and with that, it is like shut, like the door is like crumpled in. So, do you like try to force it open, or what are you doing?
I'm going to look for a big old stick to force it open.
Okay. Let's take a look here and see. You find like a mediocre stick, and you kind of like wedge it in, but you don't realize how big, or sorry, how small this stick is, and it like immediately snaps in half.
And I turn to the little ice cream people, the little snowmen, and I ask them for help. Hey there, snow buddies, can you help me out?
They say, in order to get the ice cream, you have to use your mind. And then they kind of disappear.
Oh, I should use Alexander. I'm going to go look for Alexander.
Okay. Alexander, that's back at the camp? Alexander?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm not in my right mind. I am absolutely not in my right mind. Who knows if the ice cream truck's real or not?
Let's see here. What have I rolled? Ooh, okay. Interesting. All right. Fun. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm just rolling for some things. Wonderful. All right. So one of the things. So as you start making your way back over to this trail, you find an old bicycle parked alongside one of the trees.
Now, you say old bicycle. Are we talking about like 10 speed? Are we talking about just like 1 speed?
Just like a normal kind of like cruiser bicycle that's kind of like meant for going down trails, not necessarily off-road.
Totally mine. Yoink. That's mine now.
Okay, are you getting on this bicycle?
Yeah, it's mine now.
Okay, yeah, you hop onto this this bicycle. And you start pedaling, and you're like, oh, hell yeah. You know, you start feeling some of that.
Oh, no, I'm not going. Now I'm not. Now that I found this bike, I'm not going back for Alexander. I'm going to go back with the bike and use the bike as a battery ram to get into the ice cream.
Okay. Are you, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So,
drugs, kid.
So, anyways, you start making your way back over to this this ice cream truck, but weirdly enough, this fog has started rolling in very heavily, and you don't know where that tree was anymore. You don't see it. You kind of pace back around the steps a couple of times. The ice cream truck and the tree, it's just like they're gone.
That's it. That's it. I'm going to town, and I'm getting me some bloody fucking ice cream.
Okay.
I'm just taking the bike, and I'm going to town.
So you're
Make it quick.
heading to town?
Yeah, I'm going to head to town. Good luck. I'm going to find the road. I'm going to find the road and go back to town. Give me some bloody ice cream.
Interesting. All right. Well, so you start your journey. You're all happy, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to go to town. I'm going to go, maybe I'll get some chips. Maybe I'll get some, what about a steak? Oh, yeah, that'll make the rest of these people jealous as I'm munching out on a steak while they're eating their mushrooms. It's just turning into a real situation there. Anyways, so you're pedaling your bike. You're having fun. All of a sudden, though, your thoughts are interrupted from the weird sound of something behind you. And you hear, it sounds kind of like it's like rustling the leaves. Like you're pedaling down the bikes, but you're realizing, like, is that wind? Is that not wind? I don't know. It's really foggy. It's really cold. It's hard to kind of tell. But then you hear a... And as you kind of look behind you, you see that there is something chasing you.
It's a turkey! It's a turkey!
And this thing that is chasing you is on all fours, and it is like galloping like some sort of strange monkey. And it's got its eyes kind of trained on your bicycle. What are you doing?
I'm convinced it's a turkey, and it's chasing me, and I'm scared of turkeys.
Okay, are you just going to start pedaling faster? What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to book it.
Okay,
already go fast.
You start booking it. All right, and with that, you see that this creature tries to kind of jump up and grab the back of your tire, but you're able to pull out just fast enough, and you are able to avoid this turkey. That's what we'll go with there. And with that, you're pedaling pretty fast, and you're like, all right, nice. No turkeys attacking me today.
Oh, I'm still booking it.
Yeah, but after a while, you hear a and your pedals freeze up, and you see the chain slams into the back set of the gears, locks up. The the back tire locks up, and you see this all happens in slow motion as the entire bicycle does kind of an end over end, sending you flying over the handlebars. And you land on the ground. But only for a small minute, as you're kind of on the side of the trail. But only for a small minute as you hear a and then you're falling through broken wood down this shaft. And it's dark, and you feel the wind whipping past your hair, and then a slam! And then you black out. So anyways, Smokey, so you've made your way back over to camp.
I'm just having a good old time, having absolutely no problems whatsoever.
Yeah, except for finding functional bows.
Which, apparently, I did. In fact, I found 2 functional bows. I had to rebuild the one, but it works now.
So, with that being said, Smokey, your your character Raiko has made their way back over to main camp. What are you doing? As far as you know, Alex is still asleep in his cabin. What are you on? What are you planning on doing? Everyone else has seemed to kind of go to sleep. There's not really anybody out right now.
I'm gonna check to see if Mike's character's made it back. If not, I'm not going to be that worried about it.
Okay. Yeah, you go check their cabin, which is adjacent to where Alex's cabin is, and yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's there. You do see the roommate of Jade. They're reading a book. They've got their little nightlight on, and they look up from their reading. They're like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? Need anything?"
I was just trying to see if Jade made it back yet.
Oh, Jade, yeah. I haven't seen that cat in a while. I saw them at dinner, and then I haven't seen them since.
I'm gonna take their comment about them being a cat seriously, and I'm gonna be like, no, I'm pretty sure they're a red panda.
Oh, sorry. I call everyone cat. Anyways, yeah, you know, have you checked over by the main cafeteria? They may have gotten a late night snack or something.
I guess.
Always worth a check. If not, you can always alert one of the main rangers. They can always kind of take a look around the grounds, figure out what may have happened.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
And that's exactly how I'm saying it, too.
All right. Well, if you need anything, I'll be here. Let me know how it goes.
Of course.
Okay. What else are you doing?
I have to make it just seem as flipping suspicious as possible.
All right. Well, now that you've been kind of a complete weirdo, what else are you doing?
I guess I'll check out the cafeteria.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way down to the mess hall. It's a short jaunt, over, to where this mess hall is. But you make your way over. A lot of as you kind of go through the big double doors, a lot of the area is, relatively dark. The lights are kind of out, but you do see that there's someone sitting at one of the tables, and it looks like, they're munching on a meal.
I'll go see...
Of Alexander.
A meal of Alexander.
I'll
go see who it is.
Okay.
It's getting munched on.
Let me just roll something really quickly. Okay. Yeah, you make your way over to where you make your way over to where this figure, this individual is kind of hunched over. They're hunched over the table, and you hear them making a. And as you get closer, you see them kind of adjust their shoulder a little bit, kind of raising it up, and you hear like a weird as they kind of like do like this weird unnatural movement with their shoulder and kind of stretch out their hand, and you see like their arm kind of extending out to the right, and as they kind of flex and move, and you hear these weird like sounds from their bones.
Oh man, they're old. Yeah. They're old. Get out of there. It's a boomer.
And they slowly start standing up from the table, and slowly start turning towards you. And as they turn to you, you see that this man thing, their skin is very kind of tight and sinewy and very kind of muscular, and you see that they have what looks to be a turkey leg that is just kind of dangling from their mouth, and like it's like the bone is kind of just like askew, but the meat is like also hanging from it. So it's just kind of like this huge fruit roll up of turkey leg just dangling from their mouth. Their hair is very kind of dark and black, but like matted to their face. Their eyes are kind of sunken in. And they've got a very kind of tight jawline with a 5 o'clock shadow. But the only thing that they seem to be wearing are these really ratty underwear. Outside of that, it seems like there's just a lot of dirt on their legs and kind of smeared across their chest. But is that dirt? You're not sure. But one thing that you do know, being in this close of a proximity, is that they reek. They smell like the combination of mulch and dead animal. And with that, after assessing this information, they do this weird and get down on all fours, and they start charging at you.
I'm grabbing up my lantern.
Okay. You grab your lantern as they jump onto a table, and kind of push the table forward. And with this, they use the momentum to springboard off of this and continue to charge at you. What are you doing?
I'm flashing them and then running.
Okay.
Too bad! Red my legs, flash!
I'm keeping my eyes closed when I do it. That way, when the light goes off, I'll still be able to see perfectly.
Okay, yeah, you flash them with this bright lantern light. You hear them hiss, but you also, they also charge forward, and with what looks to be unnatural, well, I mean, of course it's unnatural. This unnatural motion, it looks like they unhinge their jaw, and they bite down on the lantern, which subsequently bites into one of your fingers, severing it completely off. And as you run away, you're also screaming in pain as now one of your fingers is missing.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how they would based on the lantern.
They basically ate the lantern and one of your fingers. They ate the whole lantern. And as you start running across the cafeteria, you don't hear them following you, but you're able to get outside the double doors and shut them closed.
I'm setting the building on fire.
He's setting the building on fire. Okay, awesome. Are you rolling for that, I'm assuming? Let's see here. Do you have anything to start a fire? As you rummage through your backpack, you realize that the only source of fire was the lantern that is now eaten, missing. You don't know. But what you do know is that, yeah, that was the only way that you had to start a fire. There's nothing else in your bag that you have to start a fire. But you hear us.
Campfire. What about the campfire? Did someone put that out?
Not to mention, technically, I actually already know exactly how I would start the fire.
Okay, how would you start the fire?
I've got a sword. That's got steel to it. Good basic rock. I can make some sparks. There's most likely a gas line that leads into the kitchen.
Well, as you're thinking about this, you hear some commotion from behind you. Do you turn around?
I'm turning around and stabbing.
You turn around, it's a stabbing motion. You're whoa as Alex dives out of the way. It's like whoa, geez, he might teach you knife safety. I heard some commotion and I came running. Are you okay?
Yeah, crazy guy ate one of my fingers in my lantern.
Oh my God, your finger! And as Alex kind of like takes a look at your hand, like, oh God, your finger's gone. Are you okay? Do you need me to go get a med kit?
I'll be fine.
Okay.
But that bastard won't be. Get me some fire.
Okay, Satan. With that.
Camp to the ground.
Oh well, I would prefer not. There are other students who live here.
They're all fake.
As Alex is trying to see where the
Look.
Look,
just because they're plastic does not mean they're fake.
So anyways, as Alex kind of looks around for something to start a fire, he says, have you seen Jade? They didn't come back to the camp. I think their roommate was a little worried about them.
They probably got eaten.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna fix myself, but then I realized no. It just sounds better if I say it like that.
Well, all right. Look, I think the mushrooms might be getting to you a little bit. Where was the last time you saw Jade?
By the bus.
By the bus? The old abandoned one in the woods?
Yep.
And you haven't seen them since then?
Nope.
Alex lets out a deep sigh. Oh, okay. All right. You were tripping balls. You probably cut your finger off on something in the kitchen. All right. Let's go back to the forest and find Jade.
Yes, I cut my finger off. And the lantern.
I mean, you have a sword. You may have fallen on the sword. Who knows? It's
Then
dark
there's
in there.
my lantern.
Well, no time like the present to find out. We gotta go find.
I'm gonna stab him.
He dodges out of the way.
I don't trust.
Don't do
him.
drugs, kid.
But
Don't do drugs.
I think by legal limit that is the last time we could say that on this podcast. Anyway,
My character never had any of the shrooms.
with that being the case,
My character was the one handing them out. My character did not partake.
well, I don't think I heard that. I think everyone took them, if I remember right.
I did not. I was the one that was handing them out.
Well, regardless.
Technically, the only one that ate any was Mike's character.
No, Mike and Alex. Yep, everyone partook of them. So anyways, you guys make your way over. Well, I guess what are you doing? Alex is saying you guys should head back over to the woods to find Jade. What are you planning on doing, Smokey?
Yeah, no, I'm not going back to the woods. I ain't about to die.
Oh, come on. I need to know where you last saw Jade. And what better way than for us all to go back out there and figure out what happened. If we want, we can get one of the staff members to go with us. Would that make you feel better?
We need to wake the entire camp. I'm just gonna go to, like, the office, like, just set off an alarm.
Okay, all right. No, Alex is like restraining you. No. Okay, we will wake up Sergeant Leonard. Let's go ahead and get Sergeant Leonard up. And he's a good marksman, amazing in the field. He'll be able to figure out exactly where this is. So Alex leads you over to Sergeant Leonard's bunker, and he knocks on the door. You hear a, "Oh God, what the fuck is freaking knocking on my door? Hello? Can I help you?" And this door opens up to this big muscular guy in like a pair of military fatigues.
Daddy.
What do you want? How can I help you? Alex is like, well, we are missing one of our friends, and we were hoping you could help us find them. Right? That is right. Ryko, right? That's correct, right?
LaBeouf must have gotten them.
Oh, okay.
Yes, your friend has been lost in Gotham. Yes, Batman.
What is wrong with your voice there, lad? And anyways, so you said one of your friends is missing. Jeez, this reminds me of the war. All right, give me just a second. I'll go grab some supplies, and I'll be right back here in just a moment. And he walks off.
The plot thickens.
And then he emerges a few moments later with a relatively large hunting knife, combat boots, a nice army shirt, some dog tags, a sergeant's one of those sergeant hats. He's also wearing a military brigade jacket with some nice medals on it, because why not? And he also has an M4 assault rifle, carbon. He says, "All right, we'll find this man and a woman, I'm assuming, Jade. Yes, we will find them." Wait, did you tell me the name? Anyway, so don't worry about it. Let's go. He starts
Wait a second.
making this way. Trotting past you guys and heading towards the forest. Says, "Keep up. I don't like to slow down for those who are weaker than I am."
Also, Shia LaBeouf should be poisoned at this point.
From what specifically?
Battery acid.
Are you just like making up things? What are you on
It was an
about?
electric lantern that he ate.
Oh, well, it doesn't seem to have any effect on him.
Battery acid's pretty strong.
Look, Shia LaBeouf drinks battery acid for breakfast.
Shia LaBeouf eats nails. Okay, fine. I'll say it gave him a little indigestion. I mean, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of his health.
We've got to kill him, so I mean.
They gave him the run.
Yeah. With that, you do. Are you guys following the Sergeant Leonard guy?
I'm telling you, it was Shia LaBeouf.
Well, it doesn't matter how buff this Shy is. We'll figure out what happened here. And I tell you, if it's anything like the camping experience of '82, I'll be ready this time. He seems to be having his own monologue, and Alex kind of leans back a little bit and says, is he okay? Like, I don't know. He seems fine, right? Perfectly capable of having a giant weapon with him. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure that this was normal for how people conducted themselves. Okay. All right. Thanks for putting my mind at ease. And with that,
No, he's been in the mushrooms too.
with that, you guys make your way into the forest, back to where the bus is. I'm gonna go ahead, and I think this is a stopping point for just a little bit here. I'm gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna go ahead and grab. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some food real quick. And guys, we will. I'm just gonna go ahead and put us on pause here on the podcast. We'll be back here in a little bit. Just gonna go on a short break, grab some water and stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned. Back on track here. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We are back. Let's go ahead and get our recording up and running there, and record. All right. So, welcome back. So, before our short little intermission there, Smokey, excuse me, your character, Raiko and Alex and this new guy, what did we call him again? I know it's just like a few seconds ago, but I've already forgotten. Something.
It's like Leonard or something.
Yeah, Sergeant Leonard. So, Raiko, you, Alex, and Sergeant Leonard are trudging through this forest. And you see that Sergeant Leonard is stopping every kind of couple of feet. And he says, then he kind of turns to you and says, all right, right over there is the bus. So, where was the last time you guys saw these individuals?
At the bus.
All right, wonderful. And he trudges over to the bus. He says, where approximately in this area? And he's like waving his gun around. Did you see them?
At the bus.
A tough puzzle indeed. And he starts scanning the ground. And he starts sniffing the air. He says, yes. What is that? Chanel number 57. Yes. Reminds me of my amazing Lola. Oh, yes, I miss Lola. Oh, I was just like this. No, you can't say anything. You're dead. Anyways, as I was...
Suddenly dead.
Can I just say that this guy has to be a pit bull or a bulldog?
Surprise! I am a pit bull. I'm glad that you finally shaded in my character. We are leaving the rest of the audience in suspense there. He sniffs... Yeah, actually, no. In all seriousness, he is one of those Great Danes. No, not Great Danes. Like the shepherd dogs. Like like the Great Shepherds. Wow, I was all over the place. He's a Rottweiler. He's morphing before everybody's eyes. All right, we have fixed the T-posing. He is a Rottweiler. That's what I'm settling it on. So, anyways, he sniffs the air. He says, "Yes, Chanel. Yes. Reminds me of Lola. Oh, the summer of '82. That was a good time. I should follow this scent. This sounds like this might lead us to where your friend is. They wear Chanel perfume, right?"
No,
Wonderful! All right, let's go. And he starts trudging off in another direction.
No, I wear Axe Fine Spray.
Oh, Chanel. What are the chances of a double one? All right, well, that's a sign. So with that, I'm just going to we're just gonna put this pumpkin in the middle of the gaming field. For those of you who are on an audio medium, I don't have another placeholder to represent Sergeant Leonard's here. So instead, I have decided to elect to classify him as a pumpkin, which is one of the decorations that I have here on my game board. In any case, so Sergeant Leonard starts trudging around, and he says, okay, it looks like the footprints lead over here. Do you remember them going over in this direction? And he points over off into the distance, into another trailhead.
I don't know. All I know is that they're high and they wandered off.
If I could perhaps interject, do you think maybe we should look for some pieces of clothes, maybe, signs of a struggle? Quiet, Pipsqueak! I am the commanding general! Oh, God, jeez, okay. Oh, all right.
Paperplate.
As I was saying, we shall follow this area until It splits off into the 9 hells or before. Either way, we will find them. And he starts trudging off aggressively down this trailhead. Alex kind of just looks at you and says, I worry that he might be a few screws loose. Are you sure we shouldn't just, like, look on our own? I'm a little concerned.
It was your idea, remember?
I know, and I'm second guessing it, honestly. Like, at this point, I'm a little concerned.
Too late.
Well, if you insist.
Now.
And I guess you guys continue. As you make your way down this trailhead, you see that Sergeant Leonard has stopped a couple of feet in front of you. He's like bent down over the ground on like the side of a trailhead. It looks like he's examining something. What do you do?
Is it my paper plate?
Who knows? Do you examine this, Smokey? Or do you go over to him?
Of course.
All right, so you make your way over.
What did you find, boy? What did you find?
There's an awkward silence. This was actually intentional. And he turns to you and looks at you dead in your eyes, and he says, "A clue." And he holds up a paper plate in front of you. It's
that would be there.
Wonderful. So we're close to the scene of the crime. And then he like bounds off in another direction.
Knowing them, probably not.
And so after you chase after him for a few more minutes, he again stops and he says, "Did they have a candy apple red bicycle
No.
with a license plate from Montana?"
No.
Well,
Montana, you speak of.
it sure does smell like them. And he points at a bicycle that is wrecked on the side of the road. Alex just kind of looks from the bicycle over to this Rottweiler, back to the bicycle, and over to you, Raiko, and he says, "I am deeply troubled about this individual. They never had a bicycle. I'm not sure if this guy knows what he's talking about."
Well, he's your problem now.
Well, there has to be some other alternatives of where we could look. Did Jade say anything about where they were going?
I don't think so.
This is quite the.
He definitely didn't say anything out loud.
This is quite the stumper. Huh. Mr. Leonard. What is it, boy? Oh, my gosh, why are you shouting? Anyways, I just wanted to know, do you think that this bicycle has anything to do with our friend? I don't think that they owned a bicycle. It smells like them, so it must belong to them. This logic doesn't make any sense, sir, but okay. And with that, he says, "What is that? Over there, in the distance." And he kind of stares off. As he stares off into the distance. And kind of Alex like looks over at the distance and says, "I think he's tripping. I literally do not see anything. There's nothing but fog out there. I literally have no idea what he's looking at." He says, and then you hear, Sure. I was hoping I wouldn't have to monologue this entire scene. All right, let's roll. It's hold on. We gotta do some squiggle daggles. All right. Yeah. You look off into the distance, and you see what looks to be an ice cream truck, and it's in the middle of the road. And at the end of this trailhead, and its lights are turned on. And he says, Sergeant Leonard says, "Ah, the ice cream truck. I have seen you in my dreams." And he gets down on all fours and starts opening fire on this ice cream truck. And as the gun blast starts exploding out of his rifle, Alex dives to the ground, and then you see this ice cream truck kick on its engine and start revving it, and now it is barreling down at you guys. What do you do?
I'm gonna be like, hey, he's trying to run us over.
And now that you're, let's see here, you rolled a 6. So something else that you do notice next to the bicycle, it does look to be a tether of clothes that is kind of along a branch and a giant hole in the ground.
I'm just gonna jump in the hole without saying anything.
Okay. Let me see. Rolling for Alex. Alex sees you do this thing like, hey, wait for me! I'm not sticking around here with this crazy ice cream truck. And he dives in after you.
And then you hear another.
And hey, I'm narrating this story here. And with that, you see, as both of you dive into this hole and the wind is rushing past you, you hear the ice cream truck accelerating past you, and he says, and then you hear, "For Mother Russia!" And then, like, you hear an explosion, like what seems to be like a grenade going off, and then, like, fire shoots across the opening, flashing bright this tunnel that you can now see looks to be a mine shaft given from the wood and different things that seem to be have drilled into this area. And then with that, you all hit the ground and you black out.
Yeah, you land on top of me. Good job.
Sometime later, you all awaken. And for this chat, if you guys are following along, we have another thing that I'm going to launch. So give me just one moment. I'm going to go ahead and pause our recording for those of us who are listening to audio. Give me 1 second. All right, so yeah, let me switch screens here and pull up my other program, because this is something that has actually been completely mapped out. You're welcome, everyone.
You worked really hard to get me here.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't that hard.
Played right into your wicked DM hands.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You were on standby there for a little bit. Oh, Shadow here. Shadow's currently playing Subnautica. Awesome. You hear the Reaper, huh? Oh, yeah. I hate that one. The Reaper sucks. All right, let me just load this up.
Look, seasons don't fear the Reaper, all right? Nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain. So we need to be like they are.
Uh-huh.
And don't fear the Reaper.
These are... Yep, this is something. All right, so I just got to pull up the settings here. Let's get some atmospheric settings. Switch this over to that. Ooh, that's some darkness. Oh yeah, that's some good darkness. Pull up the fog. And there we go. That's perfect. All right. I think that's good. Oh, okay. And then no, I don't want that. I don't want that either.
Okay, I'll be RP. Be right back.
Oh, okay. I was just getting ready to start. Or do you need a second?
Give me about 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. I mean, we're literally live right now, but yeah, sure.
Okay, well, I just thought you would take a while doing this. You
No.
usually do.
Nope.
Okay.
We're still literally live.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So, with that being the case, let's go ahead and bring in our other screen, and let's zoom in on our adventurers.
I don't see anything. I'm blind. Can't see the screen.
Yeah, this is only for our other audience. There we go. That's fine. That's fine. All right. You guys all awaken in a room. This room is relatively lit up for the most part by what seems to be some lanterns. But you all kind of wake up and notice that on the floor, it is just kind of cobblestone floor, and it's very rough. And let's check for injuries. Did anybody get injured? I got a 2. You know what? It's gonna go off of Shia LaBeouf rules here. Minor scrapes and bruises, but other than that, nothing too crazy. So, with that, you guys are for the most part fine. And as you look around, you notice that all 3 of you are here. What do? You're in this weird kind of cavern area.
First, I say, you know, in a very frumpy, kind of muffled voice, would you mind getting off of me?
Yes, I would mind.
You too, Alex.
Jeez, my head. Where are we? And Alex kind of gets to his feet, and he looks around. He says, what is this, some sort of weird cave or something?
I don't know. What cave do you know that has a cobblestone floor?
Well, it looks like some sort of old mining shaft, at least from my studies at the
No pie?
Institute?
the institute.
Gnome?
You know, like my extracurricular studies at the institute, of course. You know, I was a professor of geology in a past life.
Sure. Don't worry, buddy. We all believe things that aren't true.
Well, regardless, from the looks of it, it does look like there does seem to be, I mean, this doesn't seem to be fully abandoned, and he kind of points to the walls where you see these torches, these little torches are hanging that have been lit. What do you do? The silence is unnerving.
I think I'm going to check my CDs to make sure they're all okay.
Okay, sure. You rummage through your backpack. And they're all broken.
Really?
Yeah. You rolled a 1. Yep, they're all broken.
Ooh.
Alright, so from here on out, I'm just going to use my backpack as a fucking weapon, then I guess.
All right. Alex kind of surveys the scene, and he says, well, it doesn't look like there's any way to get back to where we were originally. Oh, you know what? Whoopsie daisies. I just realized that I was not recording that whole time. Now I am. Just to kind of quickly recap, sorry for our audio listeners who are listening. You guys all awaken, and you are now in what looks to be a hollowed-out cave or some sort of mining shaft. Alex surveys the scene, and he surmises that this area has been inhabited before, based upon the lit lanterns along the wall. And he looks to you guys. He says, Well, it doesn't look like there's any way of getting back where we were originally from this area. And he kind of points forward into the darkness that is kind of briefly illuminated by torches on further ahead. And he says, "It looks like the only way to go is forward. What would you like to do, gang?"
Like I said, I basically decided to sort of wrap my backpack around my arm like a weapon, so I can just flog somebody with it, and then I test it out on Alexander.
He says, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And he catches the backpack and gives it back to you.
All right, needs a little more practice, and I do it again.
At this point, Alex just walks past you and starts heading on further into this cave. He says, well, if you guys aren't going to make any moves, I'm going to go ahead and scout on ahead. And he starts making his way further into the cave.
And then I whisper at Reka, and I say, "Oh, good, he's going first."
All right.
I fall behind.
Okay. So are all of you following?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys make your way into this cave. This cave, in of itself, does kind of take a sharp right-hand turn, and as you make your way further into the cave just kind of opens up a little bit after making this sharp right-hand turn, and it does seem like it kind of opens up further down into kind of what looks to be maybe like an open chamber. But the wall, as far as like the diameter of it, this room goes from what seems to be kind of a single headed trail that has just been kind of bored into this rock to more of a wider room. The walls, the rock walls are still, of course, relatively encased in, but at this point you now have what would be about 3 or 4 tiles big in this room. But it also kind of juts over to a sharp right. And then you guys are now standing before another kind of big room that is also lit by these torches. This whole way has been kind of lit by these big torches. But now you're standing before... No, they are bolted to the wall and they're in a cage. They're like lanterns, but they're like bolted to the wall. But as you make your way forward, this room does open up now to triple its size, about 4 tiles in diameter across, to this now kind of relatively big room. And as you look around, this room seems to be kind of nice and open and a little bit more spacious. This room kind of goes on further down a ways, and then another kind of cavern wall kind of cuts off this diameter. And it looks like this goes to the left and to the right. What are you guys doing?
Can I find any like loose rocks to put in my backpack?
Sure. Let's give a. You know what? I'll just say you do the thing. Yep. You find some rocks and you put them in your bag. And Alex turns to you guys. He says, "What do you think this room is for? I mean, I'm assuming some sort of mining operation, but it doesn't look like it's been used for some time, judging from like all of the debris and no signs of activity other than these torches that are all lit."
Yeah, who goes around lighting torches, and how do they keep them lit?
Well, he looks at them and he says, it looks like these are lit by candlelight. Actually, these looks like these are wax candles inside of these contraptions, and from the looks of it, It looks like they would have to change them out probably at least every 12 hours. So somebody's
How
definitely
does it
going
look
through
like
here.
they're changed? Yeah, how does it look like they're changed?
They probably... Are you asking me as the DM, or are you asking Alex?
Yeah, I'm looking at them now. Does it look like the cage is locked? Like,
Well, let's roll an insight check here. Let's give me a roll. Oh, you got another one. You know, you're not sure. This is some pretty heavy futuristic tech for you. You've never
I'd like to just glance over to see
seen.
if I can understand what's going. Like,
no, it's not that it's high tech. It's that it's too primitive. I'm used to high tech things. I'm like, I don't understand this.
Yeah,
How does this manual work?
that's the
What's
joke.
inside there?
So with that, Smokey, Raiko looks over at these, and he can see that there is like a little cage that these are locked inside of. And it's got like a little kind of flip thing on it that like a little flip hook that kind of opens up, and it opens up like a little outward door, and then you could kind of take the candle out and replace it.
I'm not gonna relay that at all to him.
Oh, okay.
It was more of just like, oh, he's just an idiot.
I'm still just high.
Alex looks back. No, actually, let's do a check. Yeah, no, you're actually fine. The effects have for the most part waned off like ages ago.
I love it.
With that being the case, Alex turns back to you. He says, "Well, guys, it looks like this room kind of opens up a bit. Should we do some exploring and kind of just figure out where we are?"
We're underground. Isn't that obvious?
Well, yes, but how to get out of here? I mean, I don't think we want to live underground.
By going up, obviously.
I'm going to throw you into an ocean. Anyways.
Well, in order to do that, you'd have to go up.
This is a fair point. Anyways. Should we go ahead and just kind of split up and take a look around?
Last time I split up.
Yeah, let's split up and look for clues.
All right. So that's a kind of a half-half. If somebody wants to go with me, feel free to tag along. I'm gonna go, guess this way. And he starts walking forward. And he walks over to the main wall, where on the opposite side of the room, and he kind of looks over and he says, "Hey, gang, it looks like there is a doorway over here. Come over here for a second." And do you follow him?
Yes.
All right. So Smokey, Raiko is following. Mike, is Jade following?
Yes.
Okay. You guys all kind of walk down to the opposite side of this wall, and now you are staring before these two pillars. On either side of these door. These pillars are kind of got this big giant basin of fire that's kind of coming out of them on the tops of these pillars, illuminating this passage with bright light, and you feel the heat kind of hitting your guys' faces, which is a little bit more of a pleasant feeling as comparatively speaking to the kind of damp, cold earthiness that you have been feeling with this atmosphere so far. But standing before you, there is two double doors that are currently shut that are in front of these pillars. And Alex turns to you and he says, "Well, gang, looks like we got a door here, and then directly behind us there's, well, something down that way, another tunnel leading somewhere. What would we like to do? Should we try and open this and figure out where it goes? What do you guys suggest?"
I want to look for footprints. I want to look at dust patterns and see what foot traffic normally goes on here.
Okay, I am going to bring out a D6 dice in my game, instead of in the tabletop simulator. All right, you got a 4. So with a 4, it does kind of look like something has maybe been moved across the floor here. Some sort of maybe contraption or something, but it seems to be going the opposite direction, down the opposite hallway.
So it seems like it comes through the door and goes down.
No, just more so just right where you guys are standing. It seems to actually come back the way you guys came, and then kind of goes back behind you down the corridor.
All right, I'm going to point that out to everybody.
Alex kind of studies it and he says, "Yeah, looks like something was dragged down this hallway. Something big and probably heavy. Interesting. Good eye there, Jade."
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf was dragged?
What?
Shia LaBeouf's house.
I don't think it was Shia LaBeouf. Probably some sort of heavy piece of machinery for drilling or something, I'd
It
imagine.
was a body.
Well, I don't think a body would have these huge, jagged cuts into the floor, but you know what? That's a good suggestion. We'll write that one down. And he looks at you, Jade, and just, like, shakes his head no.
Eureka! I know what's going on here. I've seen enough cartoons. This right here, there's no Shia LaBeouf. This is a cover-up. There's a secret illegal mining operation going on here, guys.
Well,
Cover up my ass. My finger would like to say otherwise.
Look, I think you did that by yourself. I think that was accidental.
The security cameras in the cafeteria would also like to say otherwise.
this is a low-tech camp. They don't have security. They barely have...
Told them.
They barely have an operational facility for showers.
Well,
I mean-
I'm the one who installed the security cameras.
Well, they didn't tell me anything about that.
Well, of course they didn't. Why would they inform another student? But what are you trying to say?
Well, I tell you, we can either go down that main hallway or we can try opening this door. What do you want to do? Any suggestions? Because I think I should just open this door. It looks pretty cool, honestly. It's like this big double doors.
Yep. I just shove him towards the door, and then stand way back and hide in the shadows.
Uh-huh.
I'm just noticing. I'm just like, so, you don't want to believe me about Shia LaBeouf, but you're obviously believing me about Shia LaBeouf.
And with that, Alex opens the doors, and there we go. And with that, Alex opens the doors, and he says, "Wow, guys, look at that! They just open right up. I don't know what we were all worried about there. I think you guys are honestly overreacting."
And then a Terminator arm reaches through his chest. His heart.
And Alex
Says Jade. Jade is actually saying this.
Oh, okay. But you see that the doors open before you, and you see that on the other side of these doors there is a table that seems to be lined with food. And Alex turns back to you and says, "Guys, look! There's a fresh course meal here!" And he starts walking into the room. What do you do?
Squints hard at Reka.
Yeah, I've got my sword out.
Okay. Do you guys follow Alex?
You know, the sword that very obviously has no blood on it.
Yes. What are you doing? Alex has disappeared into the other room. Whoa, guys, come check out this!
Let's close the door behind him.
Yeah, I'm just going to hide and observe.
Alex comes back out and he says, "Guys, there's like a full banquet in there, like full course meal. It's great. Come on, what are you waiting for?"
All right, Alex, how much do you pay people to set this up?
I didn't pay anybody to set this up.
Oh, so it's for free then? But you're acknowledging you set this up.
I mean, obviously, if it's on a counter, it's for free, right? That's just how the buffet rules and how buffets work, right? And as you guys walk into this...
Don't change the subject.
As you guys walk into this room...
Like, yeah, I'm following him now. Like, I'm trouncing in there. Like, that whole, like, girl thing where they're like, don't change the subject.
Okay. Yeah, you guys make your way into this relatively kind of big room that is different than, I will state that it is different than the other parts of the cavern. This place actually looks like the rock has been smoothed out to at least like the best of its abilities. Things have kind of been fashioned a little bit more nicer in here as opposed to the just raw rock that is on the outsides of this room. There's a kind of a big wooden table in the middle of this room with 4 chairs, 2 on each side of the sides of this chair, and then there's one big giant what looks to be older kind of leather chair with kind of some nice woodworking on the handle bits of the chair that has been put at the head of the chair. Sitting on this table are 2 big troughs of what looks to be freshly cooked potatoes, what looks to be maybe some sort of meat, some mushrooms. But these ones you can tell are like normal, like portobello mushrooms. And it looks to be that there is a big bowl of stew that's kind of sitting in the middle on either side, in the middle of these 2 troughs of potato and mushroom roast mixture there. And there's a couple bowls set up. And Alex says, guys, I don't know about you, but I am famished. And he kind of goes over and like touches like one of the potatoes. He says, wow, this is actually still warm.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down and start scarfing.
Okay. You sit down and start chowing in.
I'm trapping the door.
You're trapping the door?
Yes.
Like, what do you mean trapping it?
As in setting up a trap.
Okay, what are you doing specifically? I kind of have to know what you're planning on doing. Why don't you narrate what you're doing?
I'm setting it so that if someone opens up the door, they get stabbed in the face by a bunch of forks.
Okay. How explain to me how you would set that up? Like, are you just elaborate a little bit. So are you like putting them into the door somehow?
More of if the door moves, it shoves forward a bunch of forks into the gap that the door leaves.
Okay. Interesting. All right, so you do that very complicated thing at a decent success.
Oh, are we home aloneing this? My character says, let me get on this, and she's going to look for electrical wiring.
You look for electrical wiring, and as you're rummaging around this room, and Alex is sitting at the table kind of munching on some of the potatoes. He says, guys, honestly, I don't know about you. I know there's been a lot of crazy bullshit that's happened on this camping adventure, but I've kind of had a great time. I mean, when was the last time we had an epic adventure? And as soon as he finishes saying that, a door that you didn't notice from the other side of the room. Hold on, I have to select a button. A door from the other side of the room that you guys were not expecting, or really didn't notice. It's this big giant double-sided door that's made out of steel with these huge bars on either side of it. Immediately kind of burst open, and standing before and from another corridor is this man, and he's holding this really huge gardening scythe. And you see that his skin is kind of what is the word? Emancipated? That's not right. No, that's not emancipated. What is it? What is the word? Help me out here, guys. I'm trying to narrate.
Emaciated?
Emaciated. There we go. Editor, fix that to switch it over to emaciated.
Correct your mistakes, yes.
I'm going to have to say that again because you were talking over me. Emaciated. All right. So with that, thank you, editor. With that, he starts. You see that his entire body is very thin. It's very kind of gaunt, and his hair is just matted to his face. And he starts walking towards you, making these weird sounds. Almost like he's trying to speak, but something is like stuck in his throat. Alex says like, "Oh my gosh!" and he kind of sits up and he kind of staggers away from the table. What are you guys doing?
I'm assuming I recognize him.
Yes, this is the same entity that was in the other room, in the cafeteria. And Mike, you actually know this character as well. This is the same character that was chasing you on the bike before you wrecked and fell down this mining shaft.
Oh, you mean the turkey? And now, of course, I recognize that it's not a turkey.
Right. Exactly, the turkey.
I told you Shia LaBeouf was around.
And as there's no sense in being any more aloof here. With that, Shai starts walking towards you guys, and he currently has his scythe like kind of draped over him, very like over both of his shoulders, with his hands kind of resting over it, crucifix style. But then he kind of takes it in one hand and whirls it around to where he's now holding it in front of him, and he takes and he slashes it at towards Alex. Alex backs up and he slashes into the table, chopping the table in half, sending stew, potatoes, and meat and mushrooms flying all over the place. And Alex is like, "I don't know about you guys, but I'm not sticking around here to figure out what he's going to do with that giant scythe."
He's gonna cut you to pieces then eat you. Did you not hear my entire story about him earlier?
Alex doesn't really stick around. He turns around and he starts running down the corridor. He opens the door and starts running out the corridor. What are you guys doing?
Don't you get hit by the forks?
Yeah, he would get hit by the forks doing so.
Let's see here. They got a 3, so no, they're fine. The forks just kind of fall harmlessly to the ground.
Sabotage!
All right, and
yeah.
with that, let's see here. He's gonna go ahead and make another swing. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for him.
I was gonna take my action.
Okay. Well, there's no specific actions, but he goes ahead and swings, but he does miss you, Jade, as he was trying to swing at you. Yeah. What are you guys doing?
I'm swinging my bag of rocks at his rocks.
And
you know what I mean?
I'm getting my sword ready to attack.
Okay. Let me take a look here and see, because interestingly enough, with all this health, I'm just kind of wondering. Let's see here. Give them a roll to attack to dodge, otherwise avoid the assault. This here. Let's see. I'm just trying to kind of figure out, because it never really specifically says here. Hold on a second. Bum, bum, bum. Players offer actions in order. Actions layout. Dice rolls. I'm just trying to figure out. Give me this one moment here. Yeah, I don't know why it's like buried in here, like the rules.
Because they never expected anyone to actually play the game.
Let's see here.
Maybe.
Here we go. Fighting him barehanded will not do this. Blah, blah, blah. If you can. Okay. All right. So yeah, cool. So it just gotcha. All right. So yeah, Mike, you go ahead and roll an attack. You slam into Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf's rocks with your rock bag, and you hear him yelp in pain. And he kind of
I book it. Out to Alexander.
he kind of staggers backward a little bit. And with that, you said you book it.
Yeah, I go. Yep.
Okay.
Out to Alexander.
You chase after Alex. And what are you doing, Smokey? As Shia immediately, of course, recovers and starts walking towards you.
Oh, I've got unfinished business.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm gonna slash at what seems to be his dominant arm.
Okay, I'm going to roll for that. Okay, he got a 1. With that, you go to slash at his arm, but he dodges out past you, and he tries to attack you. But you are also able to counter his blow with your sword. Are you doing anything else?
Oh, I'm fighting him to the death.
Oh, okay. We'll pan back over to you then. So, with that being the case, Alex is rushing ahead down one of the corridors that you guys have not gone down. And Alex looks back towards you, Jade, and he says, "Hey, I think I see something over here." And he stops at one of the base areas of the corridor, and he is now standing in front of a mining cart. He says, I don't know where this track goes, but I mean, it's not like we have a lot of options. You want to hop in?
Absolutely.
All right. So, do you hop in, or do you let Alex push, or the opposite way around?
I think it's best that we both give it a push and then hop in.
Okay. So both of you kind of get next to this mining cart, and you kind of give it a push. There's a squeak of protest, and then Alex is like, "Oh, God darn it, the brakes are engaged." And he walks over and he presses the lever to disengage the brakes. With that, you guys give it one more push, and the cart starts wheeling up. And Alex hops in, and he says, "Come on, Jade, let's get out of here." Wait, hold on, wait, where's what's their name? Because I can't think of it right now. Riku, where's Riku? Riku, yeah, where are they?
I think they're sacrificing themselves to give us women a chance to go. Go!
Oh, well, I salute them and their bravery. With that, he hops into the mining cart.
Neither one of you have the balls to come back to try to help me.
And with that, the mining cart starts moving in down a relatively dark
You will be remembered. I
And with that, the mining cart starts heading down the trail, and it takes a sharp right turn, and then that is the last kind of candle that is illuminating this area, and you are plunged into darkness. Transitioning back over to this room. All right, Smokey. So what is Raikou doing? I'll go ahead and say it's your turn. What are you doing?
What I want to do is I'm gonna throw because there should still be at least a plate of food around. I'm gonna throw a plate of food at him as a distraction while I slash him with the other like from the other side.
Okay, all right. You're using a little bit of the environment. Okay, all right. Let's see what that does.
You gotta be kidding me.
Okay, so he completely just dodges out of the way of this plate of food, and he charges at you. And you're able to dodge out of his way. This just seems to be a lot of dodging going on.
Yeah, this is just gonna be
like a politician.
Yeah.
Question.
What are what? You know what? I'm gonna lose this dice and go over to my in-game dice here. That's what we're gonna do here.
oh, you need the dice that I can't see.
Yeah, those dice. So, anyways, what are you doing now at this point?
As I said, I have vendetta.
Okay,
One of us getting out of this room alive.
I see.
Wait, he took your favorite finger.
Yeah, that finger.
My
Well,
lantern. I could give it 2 shits about the finger. He took my lantern.
I see your favorite lantern from.
Grandfather gave me that thing.
Yes, during the snowboarding accident of early 2000. Yes. At Colorado. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll for you. All right, you got a 6, and he got a 1. So as we know, nat 1s are good for Shy, bad for you. 6s are good for you, bad for Shy. So how this kind of rectifies itself as basically he charges at you, you charge at him with your sword, he charges at you with his scythe, and you guys basically connect in the middle, stabbing each other with these weapons. So each of you are going to subtract a health dice. So you are down to 3, and well, I'm not really concerned with him. He's got his 6. So you are stabbed by this this scythe as it pierces into your stomach, and you cough out a little bit of blood and kind of stare into his eyes and kind of just do like one of those like cool battle-hearted grimaces. And
What? He's a cannibal, eh? Mind if I bite him instead?
what are you trying to do?
More of an intimidation thing with me biting into him. Because he's supposed to be the cannibal.
Ooh, okay.
He's not used to other people trying to eat him.
That is a
Reiko, the cannibal.
that is an interesting thing. Yeah. So as you've got your sword buried into him, you bite into him and take out a chunk of his flesh, and he in pain as he rears back, and he shoves you back, and of course takes the sword out of him, and throws it to the ground. And with that, he turns around and kind of runs back into one of the other darker corridors which he came from. What do you do?
I'm gonna pick up my sword and leave. I'll be able to finish this fight later.
Okay. So with that, you pick up your sword and go out. I'm assuming where Alex and them were.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't see anything specifically out here on this area, but what you do see is that there is a train car, or excuse me, where a train car would be, like one of those like coal mining carts. But you do see that there is tracks that are along the area that you could probably walk across. What do you do?
I'm following him.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll and just
Of
see what
course,
that
I'm
looks like.
keeping an eye out for if
Yeah,
a Buffy shows up.
you remember some of your gymnastic trainings, and you're able to kind of shimmy along this railroad track. And with that, we're going to go ahead and transition a little bit over to where the rest of the gang is. So you guys make your way into... I forgot to add lights over here, so it's fine. We'll just fix this with a little bit of a flashlight. There we go. So anyways, to pan back over to Jade and Alex, you guys are whipping and kind of whisking around this mining cart operation situation, and you are kind of barreling down. It kind of goes to the right, then it goes to the left, and you feel wind whipping in your face.
Wee, arms up in the air. Wee.
And it starts to kind of, you see further up ahead, it starts to be a little bit more brighter. And you can kind of see that above everything here, it seems like there is a figure standing in front of on these tracks. And as you guys start kind of barreling even closer to them, you see them hit the wall like with their fist, and then they jump off of the tracks. And with that, you see this entire corridor of track light up like with this kind of red heat, and you start seeing these huge pillars of fire shooting from the walls, crisscrossing on either side of the tracks. What do you do?
Pull the brake. I pull the brake.
Alex says, "What are you doing? Don't pull the brakes. It'll cause us flying off the track at this speed. We should just duck into our cart."
Okay, yeah, I duck under Alex.
Okay, Alex is like, "Move over." As you guys dive under the situation, this fire starts shooting over the carts, and you're starting to see some of the wood of this cart catching on fire. And then just as fast as it comes, it is gone. And with that, Alex kind of peeks out from off the top of the cart, and he says, No, hit the brakes. We're about to hit a wall. Do you hit the brakes?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, you slam on the brakes, and let's see what happens. Let's roll this. The brake gear literally breaks off in your hands and goes flying out of the cart. And you now are accelerating towards this wall. And Alex is like, "We're going to have to jump." What do you do?
I leapfrog off of Alex.
Okay, sure. And then Alex leaps as well. And with that, both of you slam onto cobblestone ground. Each of you, of course, taking damage. I'm just going to remove some health. Man, Alex is looking rather banged up there with that 2 health, and your 3 health. As this mining cart slams into the opposite wall of these tracks, and basically explodes into a million pieces of wood. You guys are now in what looks to be a completely different area, almost kind of like what seems to be a kind of darker colored brick. And this seems to be some sort of what seems to be like maybe like an access tunnel or something. But you do see where the wall is, it does look like there is a ladder that seems to maybe go up. And around this time, I'm just going to go ahead and say that your character is able to make it out of up to where this crash has happened, Smokey. So I'm just going to say that you made your way over there as well. So you approach this kind of destroyed area, and you meet up with the rest of the group. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna be like, I fucking told you.
And
nobody likes to know it all. Nobody likes to know it all.
Okay, next time we meet up, I'm shoving you into him.
And now that you are over at this area, Alex kind of gets up and he says, geez, guys, that really hurt. Ugh, where are we?
Somewhere.
As Alex kind of gets his bearings, you hear somewhere up ahead, maybe from above you. You're not exactly sure. And then with that, barreling down this ladder is Shia LaBeouf. And he stands before you in the only other exit. What do you do?
So there's most likely his blood still on the sword, right?
Probably, yeah.
As intimidation, I'm gonna lick it off.
Okay. He just kind of cocks his head at this and starts slowly advancing towards you guys. But this time, he has nothing but his bare hands.
Oh, you mean no clothing or anything? He just has his bare
He's
hands.
just naked. Just
Hey guys, it's just a pair of hands. It's just a pair of hands.
Yes, floating hands.
he is naked, not wearing any clothes, not having any weapons, and it's just him versus you. Let's go ahead and start off with him rolling a move. You know what? Actually, no, he's done a lot of rolling. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to distract him by trying to play the harmonica.
I was just gonna toss both of them one of the bows that I had.
Okay.
Each of them a bow and 2 arrows.
All right. So are you tossing Alex an arrow and bow?
Well, remember I have 4 arrows, so I'm tossing each of them 2.
Okay. Sure.
I had 2 bows and 4 arrows in total.
So you toss Alex a bow, he catches it, and you toss him some arrows, he catches them. He says, "Where'd you get these from? This is helpful."
Liberated them from the camp.
Ah.
As soon as I noticed some stuff going down, I knew that they would be useful.
Well, that's resourceful. And with that, he knocks an arrow. What are you doing? Did you also toss one over to Jade?
Yeah.
Okay. And Jade, you also get an arrow here.
You get an arrow in the knee.
You get an arrow, you get some bow.
I used to be an adventurer, and then this happened, and it just wasn't for me.
So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and say Alex knocks a bow, and he goes ahead and he fires it at Shia LaBeouf.
You know, there's a roll option, right?
Oh, I know, but sometimes it doesn't work all the time. All right, so the arrow seals through the air and slams into Shia LaBeouf. He rears back in pain, but he continues walking forward, very methodically, like a machine.
I'm going to reach into my bag and start pulling out CD fragments and throwing them like kunai.
Okay, sure. Let's see what that does.
If this is all effective.
With that, you throw these at him, and he just kind of starts shrugging them off. But it seems like he might be a little affected. If anything, it makes him more mad.
He does have multiple open wounds.
Yeah, it seems to make him more mad, but you do see that some of his skin starts tearing open from this. With that, he is going to go ahead and charge at Alex. I'm going to go ahead and switch into a different dice because I seem to like the other dice a little bit better than this dice. All right, because it seems to be a little bit more accurate.
This green one is rolling really weirdly.
Yeah, that's why I'm using my this other dice here. Let's roll. Oh, he rolled a 1. That's not good for Alex. All right, so he rushes forward, lightning fast, almost faster than your brain can even comprehend. A human, I guess a human, charging towards another man, and he grabs Alex and he slams him against a wall repeatedly, over and over. And then Alex falls to the ground in a crumple. And while he is not moving, he does look like he is barely breathing, but he is not conscious. And now it is you, Jade, and Raikou facing against this monstrosity.
So the minecart is destroyed, right?
Yeah, minecart is destroyed. Yes.
Into pieces?
Yeah, it exploded, but like you have no idea where the pieces are.
I mean, I thought I passed by the wreckage.
The wreckage would probably be at this point behind Shia LaBeouf, so like further down, like in the areas. But you could probably try and like get past him, and like try and get to it, but you know that he is standing in the way of this situation happening. So you would probably have to like dart past him somehow. Is that what you were trying to do?
Yes. How I'm gonna do it though is I'm gonna make it look like I'm gonna be running straight at him, but at the last minute, veer off.
Okay.
While doing so, I do want to cut into him.
All right.
Since I'd be passing by him using the sword to like slash at him.
Sure. Okay. So you're able to dart past him. He does kind of try and like grab at you, but you're able to kind of slash at him. He dodges out of the way, but you are now behind him, where some of the these wood fragments are. What are you doing?
I'm looking for anything that's still large enough to be used as a shield.
You don't see anything. Well, actually, let's roll for it. All right, so you don't see anything specifically that you could use for a shield, but what you do see is a relatively long piece of wood that's almost kind of like a stake.
I'm picking that up.
Actually, you know what? It's not actually made of wood. It's actually just a metal stake, like one of those metal pieces of.
I thought that the part was probably made of metal. I mean,
it's wood and metal. Like, it's wood and metal rivets. So, like, this is, like, one of those, like, bolts that's used to, like, hammer the wood and the metal together. So, it's kind of, like, literally just a metal stake. But, you said you pick it up?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you have this metal stake, and let's go ahead and tune back over to Jade. Jade, what are you doing?
I want to see, is there any, like, does it look like I could knock any rocks or anything down onto his head?
No, this is like a underground sewer at this point. All smooth rock.
Okay. Next question. Where does that fire all come from?
Where does what come from?
That fire situation?
You're not sure. Some sort of trap that he activated? You have no idea.
I want to go back and look at that.
You start making your way back, and now Shia LaBeouf charges at you. He's going to go and roll for an attack. All right, he charges at you and tackles you to the ground and starts punching you in the back of the head repeatedly over and over and over again. You're now down to 2 life.
So that would that mean that Shia LaBeouf now has his back to me?
At the current moment, sure. But it is, and that is his turn. So next up is sure. What are you doing anything here?
One sec.
Trying to make sure I didn't crash because the nerves would be more important.
We're live streaming. Like it's actively my turn.
I'm sorry. Is the are you watching TikTok?
Sorry, I've got a phone. I had a phone call.
I'll call you back.
I was gonna pause our recording there. It's actually probably good to pause and save my recording. There we go.
So,
All right, back into the action.
So what I was gonna do was, now that I have the stake in my hand, I was going to jump on top of Shyla and just plunge the stake into him.
All right, hold on. Let me just fix these pieces for our audience. So we're gonna say that that Jade is right there. The monster is on top of them. She's on the ground. Shia LaBeouf is naked on top of them. Yep, and beating them into the ground. All right, and then you're gonna come forward, and you're going to do, what was it again?
I'm planning on plunging the stake that I picked up into him.
Gotcha. You're going to impale them with your giant metal stake. All right, let's go ahead and roll for some of this impaling action. Let's see here. What do we have? A 5. Awesome. That's good for you. So yeah, you slam this this metal stake into the back of Shia LaBeouf. You hear him go "Ah!" as you plunge this forward into the back of his bare back. But he reels backwards and he slams into you with an elbow, knocking you backwards. So you are kind of kicked backwards. But now, at this point, Mike, Jade is no longer restrained underneath a Shia LaBeouf's naked form. What are you doing? Mike? Did we lose Mike?
I'm going to take one of my super sharp plastic CD fragments.
Uh-huh.
Because that shit can be as sharp as glass, dude. And actually try to plunge it into, like, his thigh.
Okay. We are going to roll the dice and figure out if the dice are favoring this idea or not. And they do. You stab this into Shila's leg, and you slam into him very hard. And you see this piece of CD fragment go deep into his vascular and kind of a sinewy leg. And he kind of reels back and kind of falls to one knee. He kind of screeches in pain. And he's going to go ahead and try and, like, grab at you and try and, like punch you or something. I'm not sure. But he's going to do something while he's kind of partially down here on the ground. All right. He kind of grabs at you and just kind of, like, punches you in the stomach. You feel the wind knocked out from under you. By the way, just a health check here. You are down to 1 life, as is Shyla, and Smokey, you are at 2. Smokey, it's currently your turn. What are you doing?
Wow, Shyla's down to 1 health.
Mm.
I'd like to attempt to decapitate him.
Ooh, what are you decapitating him with?
I've still got my sword.
Oh, yeah, you do. That's right. All right, let's figure out what happens with this big, giant attack. That is a 6. You charge forward while Shy is distracted with this piece of CD fragment in his leg as he punched Jade, and Jade is doubled over, trying to get the wind back. You charge forward with this sword and slice it cleanly across Shia LaBeouf's head. His head goes flying off and slams against one of the walls before hitting the railroad tracks and then bouncing and then falling in between the cracks down below into the ravine. And somewhere far below, you hear a splash of water. And then you see Shy's now lifeless form his lifeless, naked form that is on one knee crumple in on itself and fall to the ground with a thud. And now you know that Shyla has been killed. And with that, Alex comes back to. He stands up and he says, "Ah, my head! Ah, jeez." And he looks around and he says, wait, did we kill him? Is he dead?
He's dead.
All right. Finally. Oh, my goodness. I was worried there. I thought we weren't going to make it. Oh, jeez.
So,
Jade, are you okay? And he kind of goes over to you, Jade, as you're doubled over.
I think I pissed my kilt.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
I said I think I pissed my kilt.
Alex is like, well, sounds like we need to hit the showers after this, for sure. Maybe some of us need some medical attention. And he looks over at you, Riker. He says, how are you holding up? Did he hurt you bad?
And I pass out.
Oh, jeez. And he runs over and grabs you. He kind of looks around, and Alex is just like, I think there might be a way out over there. And he kind of points to the ladder. He says, jeez, Jade, can you help me with Riker? We need to get them out of here. I can't do this by myself, of course.
Sure enough, yeah, I help.
I just like to think that my character was just running on pure adrenaline.
Oh, I imagine. Yeah, I mean, you're down like 2 health there.
You literally said that I got slashed in the stomach with a sight. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I was definitely running on adrenaline.
Oh yeah. You're like, you're like trying to hold your organs in and shit. Yeah, definitely. Look, stomach wounds are nothing to mess with. Yeah. So with that, Alex and Jade managed to ascend this very high up sewer style ladder that has like the ladder kind of bolted into the wall, and somehow you're able to transport Raikou up this ascension, and you are able to open up this manhole. And as you exit out of this area, you are now on one of the far sides of camp, back next to the showers, of all places. And with that, Alex rushes over to where one of the, because it's at this point daytime, like early morning. You've been down in this sewer for a while. It is early morning. I'd say probably about like 6 a.m. You see Alex run over to one of the camp staff and motions for them to come back. They call for some medical people to come and take Raikou over to the infirmary. Some of them come over to you, Jade, and they're like, "Are you okay, ma'am?"
That's the last time I'm going to be a punching bag. And I pass out too.
Oh, jeez, guys, we got another one over here, and so they get a stretcher. Alex kind of just looks around at this chaos, and he shakes his head and starts making his way over to the infirmary. We're gonna fast forward some time. At this point, you guys are all kind of sedated. I think that Raikou, you've had some immediate surgery done to stitch up your stomach. Some tetanus shots, probably. Yeah, the doctors say you're gonna pull through, but it's gonna be one of those situations where it's gonna be not an easy road of recovery. But he thinks he's pretty sure that you're gonna pull through fine. It's gonna take maybe a little physical therapy and some stuff. Alex kind of course was bedside, just kind of watching over you guys. And Alex yawns. He says, "Oh, good to see you guys are awake. Oh, jeez, I was beginning to worry there. Are you guys doing all right? How you feeling?" By the way, just for context here, both both Jade and Raikou are in the same like room, the same medical room, just to keep everything simple and easy for continuity's sake.
I mean, we most likely would. Most camps only have like one area for said stuff.
Right.
I'm just gonna be like, we got him. We finally got him.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, we got him. He's gone. He can't hurt anyone. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I am ready to get back to class. There's something just really that sounds really nice about being able to just get back into my classwork and studying my major. I don't think I ever want to go to another camping retreat again. They're gonna have to pry me out of that facility. They'll have to build the facility around me at this point. Oh, guys, I'm really tired. I'm gonna go grab some coffee real quick. I'll be back in just a few moments. And Alex kind of stands up and stretches, and he waves to you guys and heads over into one of the break rooms of the infirmary. What do you guys talk about? Do you guys talk about anything specifically?
My character starts looking at her phone, trying to find other urban legends that they can go kill.
And you realize that your phone hasn't been charged in ages. And it doesn't turn on. But there is a charger.
I think I want a new major. I think this is our real calling.
But there is a charger next to your bedside table, and you plug in your phone, and it kind of lights up, and it says 1 bar of power, but it's charging.
Yeah, no, so I'm talking to Reka about like a future in monster hunting.
I'm just gonna be like, I did tell you that it wasn't me this entire time.
Okay. My God, are you ever gonna let that go? Come on,
No.
let's.
You forget who saved your ass.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you totally would be a badass monster hunter. And she's just looking at her phone like for like other urban legends that we could go hunt down.
That's the thing, though. His character wouldn't even be alive anymore had my character not intervened. Also,
Well,
I love that the beheading.
So,
I love that the beheading happened with a crit.
yeah. So, well, we're not specifically over. We're still in the scene. Give me 1 second. So I was just kind of letting you guys monologue there for a minute. So we're gonna do one last roll
to see if Shia LaBeouf becomes one of our teachers.
All right. I got a nat 1. So as you guys are making your way back onto the bus and heading back over to your campus college, you sigh a nice sigh of relief, knowing that hopefully the woods and this camping experience are never going to be repeated again, and you can get back to your classes or lack thereof, or whatever you want to do now with your lives. Maybe you want to change a major. You don't know. You're feeling a little risky now. But as the bus meanders down the road, and you kind of get a little bit of lull in and out of sleep next to the bus window. In between of your kind of sleepy dream state and waking back up, you could swear that you see something chasing the bus through the woods on all fours. But you're not exactly sure what it is. Are you dreaming? Are you tired? Has this giant, ridiculous adventure cause you to be slightly loopy? Maybe it's flashbacks. But you're not sure. But something is on all fours and sprinting through the woods. And that will be the end of this one shot. All right, everyone. All right, that is the end. For those of you guys who are our Patreon subscribers, I want to thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you're watching us on Twitch, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you hanging out with us here tonight. And for our audio listeners, we really appreciate you guys sticking with us and listening to our audio. We have more to come soon. If you guys enjoy these one-shots, please feel free to tweet us at Dungeon Tales or at Kaiser Stardust. We really do appreciate all of the feedback. With that, I'm trying to think, is there anything else you guys wanted to finish off with there or say about this campaign before we called it an evening?
Again, I could not have ended that any more perfect.
Yeah. I think that there was. I love. Can we just say I love that these health tokens just kind of start floating in the sea. This is great.
They just
Yeah, I gotta admit, I think I did very good there. I think we all did very good. It was good teamwork.
Yeah. Overall, this was a really amazing survival. And hey, maybe next year, same time next year, Shia LaBeouf, if you're listening, I have tweeted you several times about this. Please check your DMs. Please respond to me at Kaiser Stardust, Shy, and maybe next time you can DM this session, and we are at your mercy. For our audio listeners, I want to thank you guys so much for enjoying this episode and checking us out here. And until next time, safe travels and fair winds. Good night, everyone. And for those of just really quickly. Just for those of you who are on our video side of things, since this is kind of just the interims here, we're going to still hang out here for a little bit. We just had to end things for our audio listeners. All right, continue what were you saying, Mike?
I knew as soon as my weapon of choice was a bunch of CDs and DVDs, I was like, I'm going to have to be the distraction.
Yeah, I don't know.
As soon as that was what was given to me, I was like, yep, I'm the distraction. I have to distract the monster and let the hero, who has a katana, fight the beast.
Just some feedback here from our chat. Shadow did say that that was amazing. And Classified to respond back to what's with all the candy on the table. This was our Halloween one-shot episode that we had just finished up there. So that's what all this candy was for on the table. Just some nice decorations there. I honestly am so happy that I rolled a 1 for Shy, because it's like, is it Shy? Is Shy undead now? Is he just the spirit that haunts these woods?
It's Shia LaBeouf's kid.
Is it the son of Shia LaBeouf? Who is this mysterious man who's on all fours and breaking into a sprint chasing you?
Creature. It wasn't even confirmed to be a man.
Right, exactly. It's kind of like one of those situations where it's like, is this like a Michael Myers situation? And according to how I have to run Shia LaBeouf, apparently he is basically, and in quote here, let's see here, where does it say it here? It's oh, hold on. Blah, blah, blah. Yep, here it is. It says, and I quote, Shia LaBeouf is supernaturally fast, powerful, and possibly naked. Think the bastard son of Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers with the cruelty of Freddy Krueger and the speed and power of Wolfman. He hunts mercilessly and will stop at nothing once he has tasted blood. So, if we're going off of that logic, Michael Myers has been canonically confirmed several times to basically be literally the spirit of Halloween and is basically immortal. So on that logic, I suppose he just, needs a power nap, just a protein bar, and he'll be fine. And of course, Classify, you can have a piece of this candy. I don't know how to get it to you, so I will just I will just flick it into the void, and you just got to catch it. And go! Ah, there it goes. All right. Anyways, but yeah, I think that, oh, nice, he got it. All right, guys. Yep, now we know how to get candy to our chat. We just got to flick it. Awesome. All right, that's great. That's great. Well, I don't know if you guys had anything else you wanted to chat about regarding this. How did we all think? I mean, I think it was fun. I think this was a fun.
I was surprised we won.
I am surprised too. I was very surprised.
Not even Alexander, not even our NPC died.
I mean, I can't canonically kill Alexander, but yeah. But he was knocked unconscious. I mean, I could have killed him.
Who's to say that any of this was actually real and wasn't just a story being told by Alexander?
Ooh, what if this was oh my goodness, yeah, what if this was like a ghost story of Alexander telling to the party at a campfire? That'd be really fun.
That's how you should remarket this.
Oh, good recyclable content. Yes, like you'll just hear like reference of it in the main campaign. He's like, "Do you remember that one time I was at band camp?"
The time I fought the naked serial killer.
Yeah, do you guys?
One time when I was absolutely worthless.
Yeah, and this was back during my time when I was with a whole nother set of adventures, but that was a lifetime ago.
Seriously though, Alexander did absolutely nothing to help us out there.
Oh, I know, but he was good. He was a good side character, as he always is.
I guess he was technically more useful than the sergeant.
Well, the sergeant blew up the ice cream truck.
We assume.
I guess.
Wait. Yeah, speaking of that, what the fuck? Was that like a haunted ice cream truck?
Well, real quickly, Shadow says, and I quote, I was so excited listening, I fell off my bed. Awesome. I hope you're okay, but I'm glad you're excited. Please be careful. That is a great question. But you know what? I don't have to answer it, because when has any horror movie ever answered literally anything that happens in them? Like, were you tripping on the drugs? Was Sergeant Leonard literally just firing off at some random ice cream truck that actually just was a normal delivery ice cream
man?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. I mean, is Sergeant Leonard's even a real person? We have no idea. Is it a shared hallucination? No idea. And who was in the ice cream truck? Was it animated? Was it a monster? Was it Shia LaBeouf inside of it driving it? Does Shia LaBeouf know how to drive an ice cream truck now? These are all questions.
Was it a haunted ice cream truck from a ghost story with Shia LaBeouf 8?
What? Yeah. Were the ice cream snowmen real people or a figment of the imagination? Now that we've learned that Smokey's character never was high in the first place. Oh, wait. No. That was Mike's character. Excuse me. Yeah. Yes. But was it a figment of Mike's imagination, or were these real snowmen? Who knows?
Was this like a trick of Shia LaBeouf trying to get her into the truck?
Is this going to be a lead up to the Abominable Snowman Christmas episode? Who knows?
Well, guys, it could be another form of the.
Oh my goodness! The story of the killer ice cream man. Hell yeah! Is that what we're doing for our Christmas EP? Who knows? Who knows anymore? By the way, chat, please let me know how you guys enjoyed our using our use of Tailspire there to kind of give you guys some visual representation of that creepy underground mining shaft. And let me know if you guys enjoyed that. Oh, your ribs hurt now. Oh, geez, I'm sorry to hear that, Shadow. Hopefully hopefully you recover well there. But yeah, I think, okay, Shadow says that they liked it. Awesome. Wonderful. So I might start incorporating that here soon. I will say next month we did pay for a new software that's supposed to be a whole VR experience where we'll get to actually act out things in VR space and stuff of that nature. So that's what we're hoping.
One of us has VR.
I don't have VR, but I'll get the VR. Even though we just have that crippling debt issue, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We'll get that.
Oculus Quest 2.
Yeah. I'm gonna get an Oculus. I think that I've seen so many other versions of VR goggles and stuff, but I think Oculus has always kind of sold me on their setup. It's just the original OG. You know, you can't go anything other than that. But more things are to come, guys. Hopefully, here soon, we will be able to deliver more and fun, exciting content for you guys. I am going to go ahead and end our stream here. My throat is killing me from doing this Alex voice for so long. It just, every time I have to just kind of break into it, it's just, ay. Shadow says that their birthday is on the 12th. Happy early birthday there, Shadow.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, that's this coming Friday. That is a great time to have a birthday. My birthday is always on like a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday, to some like really weird time. You got a Friday there. You got like the whole weekend ahead of you there. That's great. That's great.
Technically, your birthday would end up on every single day.
What's that?
Technically, your birthday should end up on every day.
Not my birthday. My birthday, I was born on a Monday, but for weirdly enough, I've had my birthday on a Monday, a Tuesday, and a Wednesday, and I think it's just due to weird leap year calendar logic. But I'm not sure. I wonder what day it falls on this year. Anyways, actually, you know what? I'm gonna check. July. Ah, yeah, weird. Okay, it falls on a Wednesday again. All right, cool. Awesome. Good to know. It's like in the middle of the week. That's such a weird time frame.
Hump day.
I guess so. All right, guys. Well, with that, we're going to go ahead and end our live stream here. Thank you guys so much for checking out our stream. I might be back a little bit later tonight. I'm not sure. I got quite a few things to do. Probably not, but if I do get back on here a little bit later, I'll probably be doing some House Flipper, because I've been really enjoying that game franchise. But until next time, thank you guys so much for following us here on the channel, and you guys have a great rest of your evening. Actually, stay tuned, and I'll go ahead and get you guys switched over to another channel, and we'll go ahead and do a raid. Until then, guys, thank you guys so much for checking out the stream. And Shadow, Classify, great to have you here in chat. Thank you guys so much for watching us. Without further ado, I wish you guys all safe travels and fair winds. Good night, guys!